Hello guys and welcome back to another weekly analysis video. Let's start with the Bank Nifty today. In this video, we're going to cover about Bank Nifty and Nifty on a weekly time frame, and later we're going to jump to the daily time frame to understand what's both these indices are looking like for the next coming week, so that we can be prepared for both these indices for the next coming few days. And what we have here in front of us is a Bank Nifty weekly time frame. As you can see, that this is a green candle this week on a bank nifty, but if you notice carefully, this is a green candle with more than half of its size has got rejection from the top, and also it is coming at a very important location. That's your earlier, let me focus here in this part. Okay, so earlier you had that as your resistance area. Let me draw a straight line there. So earlier you had a resistance area there, where Bank Nifty we saw it struggling a couple of weeks back with a doji candle right there. But if you notice now, after a couple of candles towards the downside from here, it started aggressively going towards the upper side, and here in this place we have again seen that's a week before we have seen another indecisive candle in this region and at this level. But this time in Bank Nifty we have seen Bank Nifty is trying to go above this previous resistance level, and it has gone even all the way till high to 49,974. We are pretty close to 50,000 mark on a Bank Nifty. But look at this, we have seen a close above this green line, but the thing is, by the time we see this close, we already have another level got created here. So this is another fresh level at this point. So now you cannot consider this as a breakout from this level. First of all, you need to have a confirmation candle after that, but which is not the case. But let's worry about the confirmation candle little later, because you have another new swing high to deal with. So at this case, here you have another swing high. At this case, from this swing high, you have seen Bank Nifty trying to go all the way with full force, almost till 50,000 mark. That's an important level. That's a pretty big milestone for the Bank Nifty. So obviously that's going to act as resistance, and it seems like it did so, because we are almost 30 points close to approximately 26 points to be exactly close to 50,000 mark on the Bank Nifty. So that acted as a very strong resistance, and we have seen a strong rejection from there. On a weekly candle, you can see it. Okay, you can see a pretty strong rejection from there, and we are finally able to see the Bank Nifty getting closed at 48,923. But by then, we have this high that got created a couple of weeks back. So now this entire region should be treated as a zone like this, and this has to be a resistance area now. So whatever we have to uh, do with the breakout, it has to deal with this entire region. Okay, no, we need to see a breakout above that, and also we need to see a confirmation candle above that, but that's very far away. As of now, looking at this candle, what we can say is, on a weekly time frame, Bank Nifty is looking again indecisive. It's, we cannot say that it is bullish, we cannot say that it bearish. We can call this bearish only if we see a close below this line, below the bottommost part of this entire resistance area. But that's not the case. So this has to deal with this zone. We need to see a stronger confirmation. We need to see a little more stronger reversal candlestick signs here to come to that bearish implications. Okay, that's how the Bank Nifty chart is looking here. And now let's quickly change our Bank Nifty chart from our weekly time frame to a daily time frame. Now look at this on a daily time frame. On a daily time frame, all these are marks drawn on a say weekly time frame. Now on a daily time frame, what happened? What happened is, see, couple of days back, that is exactly on April 30th, the last working day of April. What happened here is, we have seen these two candles put together, that is April 29th and April 30th candle. Both these candles put together, it's a candlestick formation called a counter attack pattern, which is a reversal sign towards the downside. Now on a daily chart seems like that's working for to some extent, because so far we have seen a downside movement towards the bottom side. But if you notice, which can be the most this is the level that most likely is going to act as a support. But if it sees a further fall from there, then this level has to be the major support area for the bank nifty. So we have to wait and watch what that's going to happen. But on a daily chart, which is standing right now, is this pattern, this negative pattern that we have seen, this counter attack pattern, which is assigned towards the downside. But then uh, till the Thursday, we have seen Bank Nifty getting closed above this high. But last day of the last week, that is Friday, we have seen a candle getting closed under this area. That's another sign adding towards the bearish side. But you have to also keep in mind about this trend line, which is intact from the last couple of months, that is from February, because from then you see the momentum of the bank nifty. You have a high, you have a low, you have again a high which broke this high, and this low is still in intact, and from there we have seen another high breaking this high, and we have seen this low, okay, main the holding this low, and this created a higher low compared to the previous the point there, and we have seen a breakout from this. So if this continues until any one of these lows break, we should consider this as it to be in still uptrend. So all these corrective moves, all this downside momentum, like for example here, or like for example there, or whatever happens here, all this has to be considered as a corrective moves, because you are you have not seen any of these lows getting a solid break, and you have not seen any lower high. All we have seen so far is higher highs getting created. Okay, so you need to see a lower high and a break of this. So only then, on a very wider picture, we can say that this is a bearish, this turned bearish. But until then, whatever happens in between has to be in a corrective moment. That's how bank nifty's chart is looking. So this trend line is looking absolutely perfect, because you see this is holding up right from February. Okay, it started from February because of this swing reaction there, and it's pretty much holding this. So even if it drops very rapidly, you need to pay very close attention to how the price action of the bank nifty is here at this trend line. So you need to pay attention to this level, and also the previously drawn levels. One is that, and the second thing is this entire zone, and the third thing is your trend line right there. Okay, so all this has to be uh, marked as important levels on your chart for the bank nifty. And if you notice any important reversal signs like hammer with a confirmation, or bullish engulfing pattern with the confirmation, or any piercing pattern with a stronger volume, all these are going to add strength to the bank nifty towards the upper side. But until then, what you have to notice is this: right now bank nifty is in a mood to go towards the downside. So let's see what's going to happen. That's the only alarming sign on the day of daily chart. And you know what are the levels on the bank nifty. Now let's quickly change our chart to a daily time, sorry, a nifty. This is a daily time frame, but we need to start from a weekly time frame, because it's going to be a fresh week. Now if you see here, unlike bank nifty, let me quickly get the bank nifty chart. So here, so unlike bank nifty, where it tried once and it failed, again it tried, okay, but in the Nifty's chart, as you can see, it's all consolidation from the last few weeks. Looks like all this area. So all this, it's consolidation. It's going sideways. And a couple of weeks back, we have seen a candlestick formation in the Nifty. This particular candle. This is a candlestick pattern called a shooting star candle, which is also a reversal sign. This is a shooting star, and seems like that's still in intact. So until you see a close above the high of this shooting star candle, we cannot say that this is going to be bullish, because this seems like it's working. It has pushed the market towards the downside on a weekly chart, and it has started rising. But if you notice the current week's the the present week's price action of the Nifty on a weekly chart, it's extremely doji. This is a perfect doji candle, which tells us that this is indecisive, and we cannot say that this is going to be bullish unless you see a breakout from there with a proper confirmation candle. At the same time, we cannot say that it's super bearish. All we can say is it is indecisive. We can say it's mood of super bearish, where this shooting star is appearing, or where this bearish engulfing pattern is appeared. And if you notice further back, you have another bearish engulfing pattern there, but we have seen a close above that. So any bearish implications have should be cancelled out there. And so the same way, if you see any close above this with a proper confirmation candle, then you have to change your views towards the upper side. But we have seen a this if this happens to be the resistance area, this whole thing, and then you have seen a doji candle right there. So it is favoring little towards the downside rather than towards the upper side. For the upper side, you need the market has to strain itself to give us a close above this area. But if it starts falling down, all this zone is going to act as support area for the Nifty, because you see all these rejection candles at this level, okay, and see how many candles it is holding up above this level, okay. It's almost holding up more than 10 candles, which is pretty which tells us that this level is pretty good support. If Nifty has to see a drastical fall towards the downside, then this level is going to act as an important role. But what we can say from this chart is Nifty is a little indecisive and also a little inclined towards the downside. Okay, chances for the upper side momentum is a little difficult here. But let's check how the daily chart of the Nifty is looking like. So here we have the daily chart of Nifty, and clearly very evident pattern that we can see is a bearish engulfing pattern right there, which is a reversal sign, and that has come at this resistance level. So it's definitely on a daily chart without any doubt. This is looking bearish, and if it starts coming towards the downside, all this area is going to act as a support area for the Nifty, and this has to be the minor support area for the Nifty if it starts falling down. And on a daily chart, it's definitely looking bearish towards the downside. But if to cancel that, we need to see a close above this resistance area, this resistance line. You need to see a close above that with a confirmation candle. Only in that case we have to change our ways. So on a shorter, on a daily time frame, it's things are looking little difficult for the Nifty to go towards the upper side, which means that it is showing interest towards the downside. And the levels where you have to concentrate. And so now that we have discussed about Nifty and Bank Nifty, let's jump into the last working day of both Bank Nifty and Nifty, and see. Before that, I'm removing all these drawings to see the chart clearly on an intraday time frame, that is on a 5-minute time frame. But if you have been with us so far in the video, I kindly request you to hit that subscribe button, because it helps us a lot, and it helps us motivate to bring more value content like this on Indian stock markets. Okay, hope you have subscribed. And now let's quickly jump into the 5-minute time frame of the Bank Nifty chart. So here we are on a Bank Nifty chart, and as you can see, it has started on Friday at this level, and it has started going towards the upper side. But before that, if you look at this on the left side, you have a swing high there, where you have see, that's the chart on the left, and you have seen a breakout with a confirmation candle. But then you have quickly after that seen a doji candle at 925. Okay, this one. And a point to remember is you should not consider first candle, because obviously the volatility in the first candle is going to be very high. So you cannot take this as a breakout. That's one very most important thing that you should remember, because on first candles you see that all order pours in, and look at the volume here on the first candle the day before also. So you cannot rely on the first candle of any index or any instrument for that matter. So considering that as a fact, so here we cannot consider this as a value breakout. But what should be an alarming sign here is this symbol, these two candles put together. It's a bearish engulfing pattern. Now, some might ask that bearish engulfing pattern should have a green candle first. No, there is an exemption that if the first candle is a doji like this, then even then it turns out to be even stronger than the regular bearish engulfing pattern. So in this case, it is more stronger than the regular engulfing pattern. So with that, your first target should have been that, and if you are trailing, your next level should have been see this. Okay, and your next level should be that, and if you're trailing, see, all the way it goes till that level, and it worked pretty decently. But from when you see a rise, you might have exited somewhere there, but still it's a pretty good momentum. But remember, all these small points are difficult. See, it's easy to look at the chart now, but to have that patience, to gain that knowledge, to come to that mind to come to that state of mind, you need to pay a lot of attention to the live markets, and do not try to resist the um, urgency to pick that trade the moment you see. Okay, the more time you spend on live markets and the more time you spend on paper trading, noting down the important levels, okay, then that's when you can you can say to yourself that you are starting, in the road of uh, in the road, in the path of success, to become a successful trader. And after that is the next stage where you deal with only one lot, even if you have capital, and then see whether your emotions are still in check. Okay, and then only it's a process. You cannot it's not just that you learn this trick, one single candle trick or one single candle pattern, and then you can become successful. It doesn't work like that. It's like someone teaching you how to learn cycling with the bicycle. Okay, in theory everything looks fine, but when you get down, you know how difficult it is in the initial stages. But what you have to achieve is that the subconscious mind should believe that you know how to handle the cycle. Only then later on you can start cycling, and then you need not be conscious as you were in the beginning. The same thing, you have to develop a mindset for the trading. Until then, you cannot see success. So don't get excited about learning small tricks that you see here on the chats. All right, so let's change our chart to the Nifty and see. Look at the Nifty's chart. So even in the Nifty, see, there you have a level, resistance level, and there you have seen a good bearish engulfing pattern. From there, look at the fall with this as your first target if you are trailing, and with this as your second target if you are trailing. You have a good chance on that particular day towards the downside. All right, so guys, that's it for today's video. You hope you have understood something, realized something from today's video, and see you in our next video. Until then, happy trading, and don't waste your weekend. Spend some time on the back testing, write your own strategic rules, and try to make use of the weekend in the best way possible, so that it helps your trading career for the next few days, or for your future. Thank you. And if you haven't subscribed to our channel, once again, I kindly request you to hit the subscribe button, so that we can bring in more valuable content like this. And if you have something to say, please let us know in the comment section, so that we can come back to you as soon as possible. So that's it, guys. Thank you. Have a nice weekend, and see you in another video.